Nice. Little tournament bass right there, isn't it? Come on in there, boy. All right, so Zona Unplugged time, Zona Unplugged time. What's interesting, and a lot of you know this, throughout the country, is you get past Labor Day and the kiddies go back to school, generally speaking, bass fishing gets tough, right? There's fish in 20 feet of water, there's fish in 5 to 10 feet of water, and there's fish in 10 inches of water. They're in every single water column, but the one thing that happens across the country when all the kids go back to school and the vacations kind of end, there is always a solid shallow bite because there's not activity up shallow. Maybe it's just that I want to just go skip boat docks all day long. Oh my gosh, let's go. You know, there's two different dynamics that I wanted to do, actually three, is if you don't see Zona show on Outdoor Channel, we do a lot of dock fishing, and I know a lot of you, like, it's the first thing you do when you hit a lake, right? From April all the way to October, you just go docking, right? Like you start on one and you end on one. Okay. Second dock. Gonna happen, not a big one. Little keeper, little keeper. We're gonna go through all the dock baits, all the dock tricks. Second dock at 8:30 in the morning. We knew instantly doing this unplugged. Usually I don't go boat dock until about 10 a.m. We started at 7:45 or 8 o'clock in the morning. The second boat I caught one on, and I turned around, I looked at cameraman B and I was like, what is up, B? Good one. Fourth boat dock. All right. Nice one. I wanted to do an extreme, really crazy hot. With that comes low water, and really all they have is being offshore in grass or outside grass, or the only other thing basically they have is docks, pontoons, docks, predominantly through this country, and you all know this, unless you're on the Great Lakes or smallmouth lakes, September is like one of the toughest months because fish live in 20 feet of water, 10 feet of water, and 10 inches of water. And somewhere through the day, those kind of boats, those really shallow ones, will have by far the exponentially biggest fish on them. And I always say about September, when the little kiddies, when they get going back to school, biggins get shallow, right? Big ones. There's no noise up shallow. There's not a circus of jet skis, not that I have any problem with them, or wake boats. I try to get along with everybody. I try to get along with everybody on the lake, but I'm not gonna lie. Those wake boats, they chap my hide, right? I mean, dude, what is that? Who doesn't like wake boats? I mean, none of you. None of you like wake boats. Listen, I can deal with jet skis. I hate wake boats more than anything on earth. I know they don't like me. You know what? Back at you. But the lakes are quiet, and you may end up catching less, but you've got an opportunity to catch big ones. Gosh dang, dude. Big bass, big bass. they're not quite under them yet. That one was just chidlering around. Good one, good one. So the rotation today, gang, nice one right there, right? The rotation's gonna be a Strike King structure jig. The reason why, if you watch Zona show, that diamond head, Rage Craw trailer, so bulky and big, a sexy frog, and a caffeine shad. Where are you at? That's a good first 10 minutes of Zona Unplugged. Now, Andy Montgomery has made a great skipping jig, but I have thrown that structure jig literally for almost, I'd say 15 years, and it slides. And I'll do some modifications to it. Here we go. So all I'm gonna do, 1/2 ounce Strike King structure jig. I'm gonna trim the skirt back on an angle, and then almost to where it meets the hook, not completely. But for skipping, I'm gonna take out about 10 strands. It'll make that jig slide so much better. Like, that's perfect. Rest of them will fall out. And I'll trim down Strike King Rage Craw, Blue Craw, Red Flake. And it just makes it really compact. And it slides, it slides. Last thing I'll do is just trim that weed guard just a little on an angle. And that's it. Paired with 22-pound Seagar Tatsu, Andy Montgomery Lose skipping rod, and the biggest key is that reel. That's a Lose Pro SB skipping reel. It is made for flipping or skipping, and that's all I was doing today, either skipping or just sliding it, flipping under the docks. Nice one. I just made the comment to cameraman B, once you find out the kind of docks they're on, hey, look here, look here. Once you find the right kind of docks they're on, run the same ones. The biggest thing in dock fishing is when you get a bite, look at the bottom and the depth of what it looked like, not the configuration of the dock, but what it was like around it. And you're wanting to duplicate that around the lake. Dude, all I did was listen for the sound. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just an old chunk. Look how I got it. Goosh! Literally all I did was set the hook on sound on that. Let that Pandora's box open up. Docking really, and this is something that I preached on Zona show, I'm addicted to it. I was addicted to it when I was a little dude, and I'm like crazy over the top addicted to it now because that's how I started fishing. My dad handed me a rod and pointed at pontoon boats and said, go on, boy, go on now. And I would walk around the lake that I grew up on and fish in a daytime. I fished 1,000 to 2,000 docks. And that's where I came up with the biggest principle of dock fishing. It's law of average. We're gonna fish every single dock on the lake today. Law of average, law of average. Loa, you fish as many docks in a day as possible, and I can't put into perspective enough. It's like when you go, two things. It's either when you go to the batting cage and take 1,000 hacks, you're gonna connect with 5 if your girlfriend's there watching, right? Or, and this relates to me, you go to the bowling alley and you throw straight unchained heat, okay? You may only hit once or twice, but when those pins explode, the bowling alley looks over, right? You know who you are. You know who you are that does that. Biggin. I got problems. Hold on. I'm just gonna give him line. I don't know if he's still, I just felt him. Mess. Got him. Got him. That was a disaster. We all read a magazine growing up where you hear, you want your bait in a strike zone. What is that? The hell does that mean? A boat dock is a strike zone. If you fish 500 and well, really, if you're just starting out, in a day, try to fish 50. Then get your speed up. As time wears on, what you want to do by the end of a day is say, I fished 500, to where your bait was in 500 strike zones. You're gonna catch 5 bass, right? I don't know. Nice one, biggin. Gosh dang, dude, stay hooked. God. Look how he got it, dude. What is up, dude? I was just getting ready to say, I don't know if they'll get on these this shallow, but I guess they do. Go on now. Get off me. Keep your mouth off me. The other thing that I've really noticed about docks, and it goes against the magazines that I've read growing up, is you hear, oh, docks adjacent to really deep water. Don't pay any attention to that. What I've seen with dock fishing is they will get in extreme heat. They will get under some of the shallowest docks ever, okay? And when you hit one, the next 10 docks might all have them. Hold on. Oh. Give me one, B. Give me one. A loud one, where everybody can hear it. It's unplugged, it doesn't matter, it's not network. Oh. Oh, how? What? Hang on. Listen for the caboose. Gosh, what a bite. Here's what I could tell you, friends. If you're a hardcore docker and you don't throw a sexy frog, you are missing out on some of the best explosions. Like, we've got some footage, I can Z-show stuff, that when you get to a lake where they've not seen it before, they will hit it like that fish right there. There's no way he wasn't gonna bite it. And they'll bite it to kill it, like that was a kill bite. That one's dead. So what I do with the sexy frog, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna count 7 strands. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll snip them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want 7 of them out of there to make it dance better, to give it that walking the dog. And then I'm gonna take inch off that side. Perfect. 7 more on this side. Good enough. I'm gonna take 3/4 of an inch to where it's a slightly longer on one side, but the key is thinning it out. Then I'm gonna bend the hook off of the body and up. I don't want that hook touching the hollow body of that frog. I want it like 2 daggers coming right off the side with a little bit upwards. And then all I'll do is one more thing. It fit, it worked. Is all I'm gonna do is shave it to a razor. okay? And the entire setup that I use for docking with a frog, the entire setup is a system compared, like look, if I'm in cheese or pads or real thick stuff, I'm gonna use a Hackney frog rod or a flipping stick. But this is a 7'1" Andy Montgomery skipping rod, 7'1". It's got a soft tip that lets it almost like a slingshot. 65-pound Cigar Smackdown stealth gray braid. I paint the end green, I don't know why, but the money is that reel right there. That's a Lose Pro SP, and what it is, it only holds like 70 yards of line, okay? And the benefit of that is if you're skipping and you're backlashing that shallow spool, you're able to pick it out to where you don't have to re-spool the bait, you know, twice a day. Not big, just a keeper. Nice one. Yeah. Getting it though. So that one right there, all you did was just listen for sound. And there's just something, whether it's, I don't know whether it's a sexy frog or a jig bite. You all know who you are, is when you pick up and you feel that jig just welded to the bottom and it's time to start swatting. Yeah, yeah. Look at the sun. Look at the sun. I am the Sun King. Get over here, you slaunch. Let's go. I mean, big old nasty. Get out of here. That structure jig's trying to do some work, oh boy. The other thing that I've noticed docking is, you know this, all the hardcore dock skippers know this, they tend to use the same ones year after year. Not the 10 right there, they like that one right there, right? And they'll use that one year after year, whether that's a bottom contour or something like that. Once a big bass uses a dock, there's a tendency he'll use it over and over and over, and when he's long gone, another one is gonna move in. When I see those bluegills just frolicking under a boat lift or a dock, I don't catch bass on them. If they look like they're happy, it's ones like this where there's just nothing, just desolate. When we started on this lake, the first thing I noticed was we got bit on sand docks, like the prettiest docks with a lot of nice looking grass, KV. Those were not the ones. When you found sand inside grass line, sand, something's gonna happen, something bad, something wicked this way comes. Get over here. Oh God, there he is. See him? We're done. 2 words. Done. I mean, boat docking. Do me a favor, when the kiddies go back to school, there's so many to be had shallow. Happy NFL season. I'm done. You can take anything away from this. I went through all the, law of average, fish as many as you can. Don't overthrow the bait. All it is a rock skip. The big thing is make sure you are ready when that bait gets under there in the wheelhouse, that you want to be ready to swing immediately just to move them out of all that mess. Where am I looking? It's a big one. Good eye. Cameraman Brian. What is up? Cameraman Brian, what is up with you? It's a big one. Oh, gangly one too. Ooh, good eye. Where are you at? Far and away, when you learn how to use a bait caster to fish that way, a sexy frog, a structured jigged, unplugged is now, we're done. We're done. We're done. I mean, good one. Get over here, boy. Get over here, boy. Easy. Done. Ooh, where are you at? Zone unplugged? 2 words, done. See ya, bud. Yeah, bud.